Okay, so as I figured I was gonna have to make a part two, so this is part two. It's because my phone storage sucks and it ran out. So, um, back to this. I'm gonna recap, the usual. So it says the man reached out his hand and started petting my feet, and as normal, I jumped up and started panicking. Who wouldn't? This man looked at me like I was crazy for jumping up because he started petting my feet. I mean, I'm not crazy, right? He tried to reach for me again, and I kicked his hand as he's telling me to calm down, and I'm screaming at him, just get away from me. He isn't listening. Instead, he stands up to try and hug me. Tabitha, it's me. Turns out he was my best friend's brother. I felt so embarrassed, and it turns out he was heading to the funeral of his late wife. I arrived in Chicago and got off the train dazed and confused. My friend asked me what happened, so I explained it to her. She was confused as to why her brother did that, so she called her brother, and he said that he never got on a train and his wife was right next to him with their son. Later that day, I kept getting calls from a guy saying he knew where I was and where my friend lived. We didn't have a very good day, and we just spent the day inside with the doors locked. I took a plane home instead. I haven't gotten a random call since. Either that person followed me or just gave up on trying. I still don't know. My friend checks up on me every day to make sure I'm not dead. I knew I had an off feeling about that guy when he bursted through the door. He looked like he was running from something. The worst part was the fact that I was alone. I was an easy victim. Nobody would know I was there. I was hidden from the outside and my phone was dead. I don't know what could have happened to me. It's a good thing I jumped out of my seat when I did. I don't think the thing he had in his hand was a necklace. What the fuck? Sorry, my phone just went off. Um, I apologize for that. It's a good thing I jumped out of my seat when I did. I don't think the thing he had in his hand was a necklace. He would have done anything to me, and I regret telling him where I was going and what my name was. I don't know who that man was or what he planned on doing to me. I'm glad I'm okay, and I hope that man doesn't bother me any others on trains, boats, or airplanes. The thing that confused me the most is that I recognized him from someplace. Also, that he started petting my feet and then hugged me, saying my name and that it was him. I hope I never run into the man that creeps me out, and I don't know how he got my number, or even how he knew where me and my friend lived. I don't know what he was planning, and I don't plan on talking to strangers that busted my train card and ruined my silence. Next time if there is someone, I'm just going to get up and walk out. I don't want another experience like that one. I'm not receiving any more calls from him, and I haven't seen him around. I just hope he's not watching me, waiting for the perfect moment. I think he's given up on me, and I hope that he leaves my friend alone. My phone dies more often ever since I got off that train, and I read more often. That book and song are no longer my favorite. They remind me of one of the worst days of my life. I try to avoid my phone and be more productive. I got a dog to keep me company, and I lock my doors at night. I always feel like he's out there, and I'm terrified to sleep at night. I'm scared to let my dog out because I don't know if he will come back. The man has petrified me from doing things that I love. I always keep my windows and doors locked, and I get scared at the smallest things. I hate working nights, so I work day shifts, and I don't go outside past dark. Most of all, I don't use trains. I hate them. I fly or drive everywhere. I just don't go. His words haunt me. Tabitha, it's me. It gives me chills just thinking about him. He never leaves my mind, and he has this special little spot in it. He just waits and tries to sit and haunt me. His voice gives me chills, and I'm terrified. Don't get me wrong, I have no idea what was going wrong in his life, but it was terrifying. I have nyctophobia, which is the fear of the dark, and I also have autophobia, which is the fear of being alone. I wonder if he's out there waiting for me. I never know what I'm walking into when I go to work or just out with my friends. I pray that he's not out there waiting to strike me with anything else. I don't know if he's trying to I don't know if he was trying to hypnotize me with that strange object. He could have done anything when we went through the tunnels. I should have gotten up way before he started touching me. I don't know what he did to me when he hugged me. I have no clue why I felt safe when he hugged me. That man was crazy and I knew it. I just didn't listen to myself. It scares me to think about the things that he could have done to me. I trusted him and I had no idea why. Ever since I got home, I haven't been feeling safe. I always feel like I'm being watched and never know what's around the corner. That train guy was crazy and I shouldn't have trusted him. I'm mad at myself for trusting him. He knows my name and I don't know his. I still don't know how he got my number. He doesn't call me, but sometimes he texts me saying that he's watching me or the dress I'm wearing is very beautiful. He tells me that my hair looks good in the style I have it in, and he never tells me who he is or what he wants. I can't tell the police because he has a private number and can call me whenever he wants. He never leaves me alone. I always leave my phone at home because I don't want to risk getting calls or texts in public. I have sideromophobia. fear of trains. I stood no chance against that man. He was tall, rounder, and muscular. I'm a small girl, I'm lanky, and I have no muscle. He could have easily taken me. He had a loud voice, and my voice sounded like a faint whisper, so no one would ever be able to hear me. My mood that day changed from being so happy to feeling scared or worried whenever somebody left me. I'm paranoid. I hate that train and that guy. He was creepy, and I should have listened to myself when I told myself to get up from that train car. That man haunts my dreams and causes my sleep paralysis and sleepless nights. I'm scared he can see through my windows in my room. Often I stay up later than usual, and I have some severe anxiety. My house is small, and I don't have a good escape route. I have a small backyard and a tiny barn. I was never afraid of him until now. I could easily be cornered. So, that took up longer than I expected. But that was the end of my story that I wrote. I wrote 7 pages on that, and I got a C+ because thank you, teacher. But my school system sucks, and it's very small. We don't even have a town. It's called a village. But I might be vlogging later today, so keep an eye out.